in Indian culture, in Vedic culture, there were few things which should be given free or given as dana or charity. One is vidya. One is vidya dana. One is anna dana, food. Vidya dana, anna dana, ausadha dana, kanya dana, go dana. I am not telling in English, you all know go dana. And these are all to be free. For example, in ancient India, food was not sold, but food grain was sold. Cooked food was not sold, food grain was sold. In ancient India, we had panthasala, dharmasala, but not hotel and restaurants. Am I clear? Panthasala, dharmasalas were there, where you can spend your night, but food was not sold. Then you will tell where people will take food. Food was available free, cooked food free, from everybody's house, in the temple, wherever you go, if you want food, you will get free. Food was not sold, cooked food was not sold. Purpose of telling this, ancient India's education, it has few characters or few features. To education for all. Education for all and education from mother's womb. Education from mother's womb. Because when we went to mother's womb, it is all. This is number one. Number two, residential education. Number two. Number three, education consisting of two aspects. One is Paravidya and Aparavidya integrated together. Spiritual education and secular education combined together. This was the third. Education was free. Education was free. Fifth characteristic of ancient educational system, work and study. Work and study. What I am telling, I have not pre-thought, so you will remind me which number one, number two, number three points you have to tell me. So, after education, the student was encouraged to give Guru Dakshina. Next feature, education started from, it will just like from nursery or from the primary level until final education, they stayed there and studied. They didn't leave the campus. So, these are few characteristics or features of ancient Vedic educational system. Few. There might be more. So, what is the number one I told? Education for all, and it starts from mother's womb. What happened in ancient Vedic culture, Vedic lifestyle, householder's life was considered as the foundation. Householder's life is considered as the foundation of India's social system. Every family, they were ideal householder's family. You will tell, what is ideal householder's family? Proper understanding of life, plain living and high thinking, mutual love and understanding, life of service and sacrifice, the human values with excellence in family system. Because family was considered as the basic unit of the society, so every householder's unit is the breeding point or the birthplace of good citizen, good children, good educated parents who are good. If the parents will be good, children will be good. Vedic educational system, why I am telling it started from mother's womb, education for all, boy and girl, there was education for all. And who came back to be householders, they were selected and screened, not everybody. Not everybody became householders. You will tell them what happened. One who is really capable, fit, I am responsible, I am taking this responsibility, or we too are taking this responsibility to be committed, good householders, to raise up our children in this ideal. They became householders, not everybody. Am I clear? So they knew, because of the education, they knew that education begins from mother's womb. I will give you two examples. Education begins from mother's womb, from mythological description. One is Ashtavakra. Ashtavakra, you know the story, I am not elaborating. From mother's womb, he showed that I am learning from mother's womb. I am telling from mother's womb. One. Second is Abhimanyu. Second is Abhimanyu, who studied from mother's womb. Education from mother's womb. Meaning, when somebody is going to become a householder, to be a mother or to be a father, how much responsibilities they have. Just to quote Gandhi, Gandhiji told, when his eldest son was going, against Gandhi's ideals, Gandhi told, this child of mine was born in the weakest moments of my life. It is not his mistake, it is my mistake. He took responsibility. However, education for all, education begins from mother's womb. What is the second point I told you? Residential education. Education for the children, when to begin? When the child is really able to live by himself or herself. If the child is at the age of 5, he is fit. 5 is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this was the age group. It is residential education. It is not based on age. It is based on receptivity of the child. So when the child is receptive, and the child was taken to the Gurukulam, the name of the residential schools, it is Gurukulam. The child was sent. To give you the example, Lord Krishna was born where? Mathura. Where he grew up? In Brajamandal, in Vrindavan, Nandagram. And he came back to Mathura at what age? 10 years and 8 months old. After his Upanayana, he went to study. Where did he go to study? Ashram of Sandipanis, the Gurukulam of Acharya Sandipani. Where is it? It is in Ujjain, in central India. You just think, 5,000 years ago, a child was sent from Mathura to Ujjain. What is the distance? You just imagine. So this was the education. And why he was sent? He was quite capable. But why he was sent at this advanced age? He could have gone at the age of 5 because of social, political restriction on him. He could not come out. Otherwise, starting from the age of 5 up to the age 11, and depending upon the mental ability, receptivity, and capability of the baby or child, he can stay by himself. So this is, and what is Gurukulam? Gurukulam is a residential school. Gurukulam is a residential school where The guru mostly were householders, guru and guru patni, and they had a group of teachers. Many residential or many couples married, some brahmacharis or monks, but this is how the Gurukulam. And the classification of teachers, guru, acharya, upadhyaya, like this they had classification who is to teach what. So residential schools were established where? In nature, in forest, on the bank of the river, having their own good amount of land where they had agriculture, where they had cattle rearing, cows, cattle rearing, where they had other industrial setup, other trades also to learn. Everything is there. So this is where it is in nature, and with agricultural farm, with cattle rearing and other trades which was needed there. And there we had classification of education, it is said 64. 64 classification of education which included different trades, including commerce, diplomacy, martial art. All this education, it was there. In ancient Vedic culture, there was no caste system. Caste system means no caste system, the Brahmin son will be Brahmin necessarily. There the gurus, they decided what trade one will take. Here is the child who is mentally brilliant. This brilliant child should be educationist, so he will be a Brahmin. This child is good in, in warfare. He should be a Kshatriya. This child is good in farming. This child will be a farmer. This child is good weaver. So the gurus decided the caste or trade. The caste was usually the trade or profession, not the family. Maybe a Brahmin son might be Brahmin, but not necessarily. Am I clear? This was the, and when they went, education was free. How they were financed? Because suppose we have a Gurukulam here, this is a Gurukulam, for example, in modern style. So we have children, so education is free. And when education is free, how to support them? There they all were working. They all were working. Children level work. Go and give little water. Here's a plant. Go and play with the calves. Come and do this work. Work and education should be combined together. When a child is working a little physically and studying, you see, child gets simultaneous practical experience. If the child is working and studying, for example, many times I ask, even 18, 19, 20 years old young girls or young boys, do you know how to cook? No. Do you know how to do this? No. They don't know. Because we emphasize the study, study, study. Here what happened, this Gurukulam was work-based. Everybody used to work. Different, the distributed work. If you, again, to give you the example, when Sri Krishna lived in the hermitage in the Gurukulam of Sandipani, he was going to collect firewood, he was going to bring water. So you have to work and to study. What happens while working and studying? Number one, he gets practical experience. Number two, he will not tell that this work is a little low level work. To clean the toilet, to wash the plate. There is no work which will tell it is really not up to my standard every work, I am fit. My Gurudev used to say, a resident, a brahmacharini should know the work from Jota Silai to Chandipat. From repairing the suits up to high level priestly work. It is Chandipat. Do you know why he said Chandipat? Because people are afraid of doing Chandipat. If there will be little mistake, so one should be very efficient. So this is what efficiency, it was from childhood. The child is growing up. No work is, if you look at life of Krishna, he soared. Washing the feet of the guests, he did it. Cleaning the place where people were taking food, he did it. Driving the chariot, he didn't say that this is not up to my status. In life, in society, status is not what you claim. Status is the standard of your morality, values, ethics, education, behavior, manner. That is your status. Not that I am this, I am a monk, this is my status. No. So, education through working hard. Now, education is of two types. What are the education of two types? I told you, Para and Apara Vidya. It is in Mundaka Upanishad described, Dve Vidye, Veditavye cha asmin, Para chaiva, Apara cha. Two types of education one should study and become efficient. Para Vidya and Apara Vidya. What is Para Vidya and what is Apara Vidya? Because Para and Apara. Para is the knowledge which will call as spiritual education. What is life? What is value? Which type of values I will cultivate in my life? What is ethics? What is morality? Who is God? Does God really exist? How to know Him? Is there any way? Is there anybody who can claim, I have known it? Practice of yoga, practice of meditation, practice of all these. Ritualistic practices, spiritual practices, everything included in Paravidya. You can tell it is philosophy and practical philosophy. Am I clear? It should be integrated in life, otherwise, then Apara Vidya, I told Apara Vidya is secular education. Secular education, you can include all these, what we are getting today. Medical science, yes. Agricultural science, yes. Technical science, technology, yes. Science, art, commerce, whatever you say, it is Apara Vidya, both. And both integrated together. Not that, this is not needed. No. In life, to be efficient, to make our child really good and vibrant, he should be expert in two. And just to highlight one point, that you see, we tell my child, don't get disturbed, don't give your mind anywhere, focus your mind in study. But child's mind is running here and there. If the child in modern times will ask, my mind is restless, I love to watch television or play with video game and I don't want to study, how you will answer? How you will tell that how to give your mind into study, not to anywhere else? Neither the parents nor the modern teachers, they know it. But when it was integrated, how to take care of mind, how to keep our mind more goal-oriented. So there is spiritual education and there is secular education, both integrated together, it becomes the means to make a child successful in life. Now, education was free, nothing to pay. Education was free, nothing to pay. How they financed? They financed in two ways. One is children are working, so when they are working, they are producing something, but it is not enough. So, the two ways, one is Guru Dakshina, the second one is patronage of the kings. Guru Dakshina, after the end of education, a child, at that time child is no more a child. Child is young man, young woman. So child or young person whom they called as Snataka. The Snataka, one who is graduating from the Gurukulam, and he was or she was asked, you have whatever you can, you just offer as token of your. I will here give you few examples. One example is Guru Dakshina of Sri Krishna and Guru Dakshina of Kautsa. One is from the Bhagavatam, one is from Ramayana. Kautsa from Ramayana. Kautsa, he was a poor Brahmin boy. He went to Gurukulam to study. And when he studied there, he was really excellent in every way. The Acharya, the teacher, was highly pleased. And the teacher knew he is very poor. He cannot pay anything. And he told Kautsa, I am so happy with your service, study. Your study appealed me. You are excellent. That is enough. Nothing to pay. He said, Gurudev, education without offering any Guru Dakshina is incomplete. Sometimes they tell, if you don't give Guru Dakshina, your education will not be fruitful. I want to give something. Nothing I need my child. So both are insisting in their own way. And when Kautsa went on insisting, he said, okay, you want to pay? So pay me. What shall I pay? He said, pay me 10 million gold coins. Eko koti Surna Mudra. Oh God, it is too much. So what to do? During those days, the most charitable king was, I think, Raghu. It was during the period of Raghu, who was ancestor of Lord Rama. And when he went there, and Raghu heard that one Snataka, newly graduated young man, has come as brahmachari. So he came to wash his feet. That was the culture. That is what education is. The king is coming to wash the feet of young, educated student. And he brought a pot of water. A king is coming, which pot of water he would have brought? The pot made of? He brought a pot made of clay. Pot made of clay. And when he saw, and he found that the king is poor. The king is poor. So then king took him and sit down, my child, tell me, why did you come here? No, I just came here. No, you are hiding something. And he's reluctant to tell because he knew the condition. How can one who is coming with a clay pot to wash my feet, and I can see how simple and humble life he is living, I will tell so much of gold coins? It is injustice. How can I talk like this? How can I put him in trouble? He said, no, you have come with a purpose, you have to reveal it. And I will do my best to fulfill your purpose. Then when he found no other way, he disclosed that I have come for this number of gold coins. He said, okay, you go to our guest house and stay there in Atithi Sala. So the king called the minister. What the king had done, there was a special yajna in which you sacrifice, you donate everything of yours, nothing to keep for yourself, which you can think as a possession. Minimum requirement for yourself, keep it, everything you donate. And he has done it. The king's treasury is empty. And all the people, even the neighboring smaller kings, they have donated. You can't tell that again you pay money, tax. It is injustice. So when the minister and the king started debating, discussing what to do, the idea came, Kuber has not participated in this yajna or paid anything. We will attack Kuberapuri, Alakapuri. So when they planned to attack, the news came to Kubera. Kubera was scared because of the spiritual power of the king. What he did, the overnight, he had Swarnavrishti in the treasury. And the treasurer came running before going to attack. The The coffer is full. So this is one Guru Dakshina I told you. The second is Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna, when he wanted to give Guru Dakshina, the Guru told Krishna, it was my fortune that I became your teacher. And that is enough. And when Lord Krishna insisted, he told, I don't need anything. One thing I tell you, when you grow up, the knowledge which you have got from me, you teach some worthy students. And Lord Krishna fulfilled it. He had two disciples, Arjuna in the battlefield, Uddhava in the Bhagavatam. Arjuna Bhagavad Gita, Uddhava in the Bhagavatam, 11th book, Ekadasa Skanda, from 6th or 7th chapter onwards, 24 chapters, it is Uddhava Gita. He told, but he said, no, I want to offer something. I don't need anything. You go to your mother, mother means Guru Patni, ask her if she needs anything. When he went and Guru Patni told, do you know, my son went to Prabhasa Tirtha and in the sea he disappeared. So I don't want to make the story longer. Lord Krishna, who was dead since quite a few years, he brought the child back into life and offered him as Guru Dakshina. And the other Guru Dakshina, you know, Ekalabhya's Guru Dakshina. Now, is there any point I left? A student living in the campus. It is complete education in one campus, and they lived there. They lived there and they studied. There was no day scholars and there was no day school. It was Gurukulam system, the ancient Vedic system. So before coming to modern times relevance, I will just give you a deviation from this. Lord Krishna and Arjuna were of the same age. Lord Krishna and Arjuna were of the same age. Both were born in royal families. Lord Krishna and Arjuna both were born in royal families. Lord Krishna went and studied in the hermitage of Seth Sandipani. The Pandavas and Kauravas, where did they study? It was home school. It was neither Gurukulam nor any public school. It was a home school. And here I give this example of the home school, that how in our educational system the variation came. This is a good example. I don't know before that there was this type of system or not. Here the teachers were bought. Before, teachers were independent. Teachers were, you see, we are the teachers, and if we will be teachers in right spirit, there is no one. God is great. After God, Guru. Teacher is a Guru. And teacher has so much of power and authority. Nobody has. Teacher's power and authority, nobody has. Even celestials, devas, are afraid of the Guru. Without Guru, there will be no excellence. And we are the Gurus, we are the teachers. So, teachers cannot be bought. What happened here in example of Hastinapura, they hired teachers who Acharya Drona, Acharya Krupa, they were relatives. Krupa's brother-in-law is, so both were in-laws. Krupa and Krupi was married with Drona. So why did this happen? Why they became, fond of royal honor or money? Why this thing happened? Drona wanted to take revenge. It was his inner motive. Revenge on Drupada. However, once you are paid teachers, One will tell, you are our employee. You are our employee. This was, you see how the educational system got degenerated. Yes, I am serving, for my maintenance some dakshina is given. This concept, I tell in Saraswati Sishu Mandir I have heard, they don't say it is salary. You know this? They tell dakshina. I have heard. What do they say? Dakshina. They don't say salary. It's a nice concept. If you tell you are paid employee, you are the employee, we are paid, this attitude, it degenerated. The Kauravas, why they did this? And it was done by Bhishma. Bhishma saw that these 100 children, they cannot survive or they cannot adjust themselves in Gurukulam. Arrogant, proud, egotistical, boastful, they cannot survive. Because if you want to be in Gurukulam, you should be obedient, you should be serving, you should be caring, you should be loving, you should have receptive attitude. You can tell, I am this. I gave the example, Lord Krishna and Arjuna, although they are in the same age, one was educated in the traditional Vedic school, the others in private, highly expensive educational system, and this is the example.